Morning, Deirdre.
Good morning, Tom. How are you today?
I'm in a black hole.
You're in a black hole, but surrounded by our guiding airplane in our
I'm
deep
driving
business
airplane.
initiative. Yes, there you are.
Yes.
And
That's headed off into infinity, which is where that's where we're headed.
that's
So
where we're headed. And it's actually very pertinent that you have that image behind you because we're just going to take a few minutes now to talk about deep business. As you know, Tom, every few months, you and I sit down and spend some time talking through what we're doing and then whether we are meeting our vision, our mission, and our plans, our strategic initiatives, that is, for our deep business initiative. And we do revising as necessary. And because our thinking is evolving so quickly, given the pace of change in the business world, we frequently do have to do a little revision. So we thought we'd just take a few minutes and go over our vision, mission, and strategic initiatives for our listeners. So would you like to start, or shall I just keep going?
keep going. You're doing great.
Okay, let me jump in there with vision. We have decided that we are stating our vision as bridging the difference between business as it has been practiced and business in the 21st century. This ties in with everything we have said about how business, the whole business world, the marketplace, the industries, the whole business environment is changing so quickly that businesses can no longer do what they were even just doing 2 or 3 years ago and expect that the same will stand up 2 years from now. So we are monitoring what's happening and defining for our listeners how they themselves can bridge this difference. To that end, we have set out as our mission. Now, remember, mission is the bridge between vision and the strategy plan. So, as our mission, this is what we're doing: is we are defining that difference. That is how business is changing. We are converting these changes into our perceptions of opportunity.
Yes.
That is, we don't just look and observe and report what we see. We convert what we are seeing into what businesses can do, the opportunities they can pursue going forward. And then the third thing we do is the basic: we guide businesses across this gap. We help businesses bridge this gap themselves, help them understand what they can do about it. So that's our vision and mission. And do you want to pick up from here, Tom?
So thank you, Deirdre. Yes, well stated. So the we see two things going on, right? The first thing is the one you articulated, where we see enough change happening, and a lot of it is being driven by the capabilities of technology and what that's doing to the marketplace. And those changes are making it very clear that you cannot run a business the way you have been running it. You're just going to either you're going to change because you have to, or you're going to want to change because you need to, meaning the market is going to require you to in one way or the other. And the hard thing we think there, Deirdre, is not only having enough bandwidth to be able to observe what those changes are, um, but secondly, to be able to identify them and view them as opportunities rather than perhaps risks or problems. And can they be flipped, or are they a problem, or are they a risk? Making that distinction. And then lastly, what do you do about it? Right. And so that is the idea behind what we're doing is we are looking at this world and saying, okay, what needs to change in the way business is being done in the 21st century, and then guide you in the process of bridging that gap and helping you I see the pieces and also helping you see what those differences are. Now, we think the hardest thing to do, and this is where we're going to be spending a lot of time, is what needs to change, but also what needs to not change, right? What needs to stay the same? And we can be very blunt here and say, well, one thing that needs to stay is honesty and integrity, right? And treating people well. And right, those things need to stay. And so then how do you adapt to these changes that are happening that we see are dramatic and we're all seeing it? How do you change, but how do you distinguish, make those distinctions? What needs to stay the same, and how do I need to protect that beyond your core brand, your core value prop, and so forth? So I know we didn't want to spend a lot more than 5 or 6 or 7 minutes here, but that's what we have in mind. And then we have a series of initiatives that we're doing. And perhaps you'd like to spend a second on that, and then we'll let people have their day back.
Perfect. And our strategic initiatives uh, uh, actually match our mission, match what you're talking about right now. Our very first one is we're going to continue doing our research and observation. In other words, we are going to be defining what are these differences? What's different between business as it has been and business where you need to go? And then help define these for you. And this covers both disruption and transformation and the role of technology and the role of just changing your business to be able to deal with the future. Our second strategic initiative involves our products. We do have specific products. We have our video podcasts, and we have how many of them now? 60 or so of them out on YouTube now. We hope you've had a chance to look at some. We have our monthly workshops. The next one's coming up on August 17th, I believe.
Yes.
We have our publications. We've done a number of books, and we are going to be working over the coming months on updating these books for the 21st century.
Yes.
Do us ourselves doing what we hope will help businesses do. And then we have our initiative, which we call the Deep Business University. And what this is helping you understand what those differences are, but even more important, understanding what you can do about it and how to do that. We listen to so many of our students or the businesses we work with say, yeah, I know that's going on. I know this AI stuff is coming and so forth, but what do I do? And how do I do it? And so that's what we're really going into in our university part of our initiative. We're going to help people by providing workshops, courses. We also are going to have some special programs in there for entrepreneurs who are trying to build businesses in a completely different world these days. But also, we're not forgetting our not for profit entities who themselves are going to have to adapt to the new business world and may be less well positioned than businesses to do so. So, we're going to be having special programs for our not for profit entities, for our entrepreneurs, and also for services businesses, because services are changing equally as much as products. And we are planning to help people understand that. So we've stated our vision, which is bridging the differences between business as it has been practiced and business as it will be practiced in the 21st century. We've set out our mission and we've stated our strategic initiatives.
Exactly. Almost like we teach this stuff, Deirdre.
Almost like we teach this stuff. Hey, we do. So,
We even do the stuff we teach about.
right,
So now about the Deep Business University, we'll be launching that sometime this fall. You and I
correct.
have more work to do. But we're excited about it now because we can finally see how to update our books. We've struggled with this. It's always helpful to update them every year and a half or so, which we usually do, but we haven't because we've been holding back trying to understand how do we see the future. We're finally able to see the future. So we hope that's something you see too, and that your view of it is not too far off ours, but we'd love to have your help, love to have you involved. Please come to our workshops. You don't need to be invited. The links are available on the Deep Business products in the videos and also on our website. So with that, Deirdre, I'll let you have the final word here.
Always a pleasure, Tom.
It's always a pleasure. Bye.
So long.